Our Vince Gerasoli is live in Vatican City. And Vince, you went to the installation mass along with several other groups of Chicagoans. What was it like in St. Peter's Square for that?
Dana and Marissa, it was just wonderful encountering these Chicagoans yesterday. Really moments I don't think I'll soon forget, and certainly moments they won't soon forget. You know, Pope Leo got down to work today meeting with world leaders. He met with Vice President J.D. Vance, for example, which isn't so bad for a guy known back home in Chicago as Father Bob. Now, there were 200,000 people gathered in the square yesterday, and the faces you're seeing right now are students from Rupe College at Loyola University. They weren't expecting to see the Pope at all. They missed their bus, and then there was a traffic accident. They got here late. They had trouble getting into the square. And just by chance, the Pope mobile made its way by them, and they had a chance to share that moment they say that they will never forget. Now, even though there were all these people here cheering and it was an exuberant event, you have to keep in mind that this was also a moment where everyone was brought together by faith. And there were people from Chicago here who never even met the Pope, but they decided at the last minute that they wanted to be here. In particular, we're talking about two Southside couples who traveled here just to be a part of the event.
El Papa, El Papa, rah, rah, rah.
Was that a special moment?
Oh my gosh, it gave me the chills.
My skin, I was shaking, and it's something emotional come in my body. So I'm so happy. God bless it all.
I took it the last minute. I said, so I need to bring something from Chicago. I didn't think about bringing a flag, but at least I have my Cubs flag, right?
Why did you want to be here?
To meet him, especially because he's from Chicago, and this is a great opportunity for us, you know, American Pope.
Our connection from Chicago. When we heard he was from Chicago, it was like, wow, we gotta try to get over there, and when we did, it's a beautiful thing.
I learned so many things from the people in the crowd yesterday, but one of the most important things I learned was maybe a bear's bag will get you through the pearly gates. Who knows? There were also spiritually important moments yesterday. Pope Leo talked about the importance of church unity. He talked about the importance of making sure that the poor and the downtrodden are not victimized, and he called for world peace. Not bad for a guy whose roots are in Chicago, and now the world listens when he talks. Also, I want to show you real quick, this is my souvenir from yesterday. It's a coffee cup, and it says Cafe Americano with the Pope on it. That's an espresso with some water in it to have coffee that's a little bit like American coffee. But this is my favorite souvenir of my trip here.
I love it. And we've seen the Cafe Americano, the Papa Americano, we've seen it all. Vince, you know, one thing before we let you go, you noticed during the installation yesterday that Pope Leo was getting emotional during the actual ceremony. Talk to me a little bit before we let you go about the energy of the crowd. Did the crowd pick up that emotion?
You know, it was hard to really see that. You know, I'll just show you here. So Pope Leo was sort of back in that area, and then there were giant monitors all over, so you really could see his face. It was hard to pick up on the emotion, but can you blame him? Yes, he's the head of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics, but he's also a man. He's also a human being, and he's also someone who follows his faith. It's understandable that he could be overcome with emotion. And then, you know, I sit back and think, imagine what it's like to be Pope, to know how closely people listen to your words and how your actions might make a difference in someone's lives. That's not an awful lot of weight to have on your shoulders. And it takes a certain kind of person to be able to walk in those shoes.
Absolutely, a monumental moment for him and everyone who was there. Vince, thanks so much for your reporting.